our distinguished guests, to my fellow Virginians, to all who wear the uniform of this great nation, thank you. Thank you for being here today. What an honor it is to be with you on these hallowed grounds, on this most important day at this most important memorial, where we come together to remember, to reflect, to pray, to honor, to pay tribute to the incredibly courageous Americans and allies who forever altered the course of history by laying down their lives on freedom's altar. 81 years have passed since the Allied Expeditionary Forces launched Operation Overlord. 81 years since the eyes of the world and the hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere were with the extraordinary, brave men, many of whom were barely old enough to graduate from high school. And also, boys who descended into the valley, the shadow of death, stopped firing, and the guns were silent, and the smoke-filled skies cleared on that fateful June day. Victory was won, and the Allied forces suffered over 10,000 casualties, and Americans had lost 2,500 of our own, over 2,500 of the bravest men to ever wear our country's uniform. 20 came from here in Bedford, 19 from Company A, and 1 from Company F. The wake of D-Day, this tight-knit community that believes in America, this tight-knit community which lives and breathes the values that we hold dear, bore an unbearable sacrifice. Taken together, Bedford was home to the single greatest loss of life per capita on D-Day of any place in America. It was down at Green's drugstore where the telegrams came in. Telegrams containing the names of the boys who would not return home to Bedford. We honor this most important chapter by recommitting ourselves to defend the very principles of freedom and liberty that birthed our nation. We honor this most important chapter by teaching our children the values like honor and duty, patriotism, and to tell them the stories of the Bedford boys, the stories of those that were truly the very best among us. Honor the lives who died on D-Day by the manner by which we live our own today. As we look out into our future and consider what the next 80 years holds for our country, let us reaffirm the ties that bind us as Americans. Let us renew our commitment to the fierce patriotism of our heritage and pray that we will see a new birth of freedom. And let us redirect ourselves to the cause that the Bedford boys and so many others in the greatest generation died to defend. Whenever there is a need for inspiration, we can come here. We can come here. We can remember that freedom is never free.